Welcome back to Teaching with Kaya. So in today's video, I am going to show you how I would personally teach some slides for Education First. So if you are looking to apply, or if you have already applied to Education First and you currently live in the UK, then you may receive an email with some slides asking you to prepare for your interview. So if you've already applied, meaning you sent in your basic information, you may receive an email from Education First with some slides, and they are asking you to read over them and be prepared to teach them in your interview. So there's only a few. I'm going to go over them now, and I'm going to show you exactly how I would teach these slides. Okay? So just to give you, I have the slides, I'm not going to show them, but I am going to show you how I would teach them. So the first thing it says, there's 3 units. Basically, there are 3 groups of children. Small stars are the youngest, 5 to 6 year olds. High flyers, 7 to 10 years old, and Trailblazers are the oldest students, 11 to 14 years old. Okay, so they said they won't ask you to role play a whole lesson, so it won't be a whole lesson with a bunch of slides. It's only a few. They want to get an idea of your teaching style. That's it. Okay, so they also want you to use 2 of the classroom tools. And by this, they just want you to say how you would use them. And I'll go over that too. So this task is only supposed to take about 5 minutes. Okay, so the first slide we're going to go over in your materials. You can follow along. At the top, this is high flyers. It says slide or page number 1 for high flyers. Okay, so this has 2 words. It has corn, excuse my handwriting, and mob. Okay, so when you have the slide, this is what you'll see. You'll see corn and mob. You are going to say corn and point, corn. And then you want to have simple instructions. So you can say circle words with the or sound. Or. Okay, so you don't have to write them. I'm just showing you on my whiteboard because I'm not showing the slides. So pretend this is the slide. You are going to use the pen tool, and you are going to say circle words with the or sound and have the student repeat. Say or. Cup your ear and listen. Once they say or, okay, say good job. Now circle words with the or sound. Okay, so your student is going to be able to see the slide. The slides, they have a lot. The slide has a lot of different words. Okay, so for example, the slide 2 says tot, corn. They're circling the or sound, so they would circle corn. Chomp, that doesn't have the or sound, so they won't circle that. Dorm has the or sound, so your student should be circling that word, and all the other words with the or sound. Okay, so again, I would teach this. I would say corn, have the student say corn. I would emphasize the sound or, say or, have the student say or. And very simple instructions, say circle words with the or sound, and your student will circle on the slide. Okay, so that's all I would do for that slide. Very easy, right? The tools they want you to use would be either the box tool. This is, it just, if you click it, it just brings up a white box that you can type in. I rarely use this, so I would just use the pencil tool. Okay, the next slide, this is for small stars. So again, if you're following along with your materials, at the top it says small stars. This is slide 1, page 1. Okay, this has 3 words. So again, I'm using this as a slide. You don't have to write on the whiteboard in the actual classroom, okay? So it has 3 words. One is bush, B-U-S-H, pond, P-O-N-D, and tree, T-R-E-E. The slide has 3 words, bush, pond, and tree, okay? Then it has a sentence that is missing the last word. So it has a picture of a tree, okay? And the sentence is very simple. It's a blank, okay? So this is what your slide will look like. You have 3 words, bush, pond, and tree. You have the picture of a tree, and you're trying to get the student to say the sentence, it's a tree, okay? So if it were me, what I would do is I would say tree. Have the student say tree. Good. Again, this is small stars. This is the lowest level, the youngest students. So I would not even try explaining what a bush is, what a pond is. With small stars and younger learners, you just want to focus on the information you want them to give back to you, okay? So I would not go through all the words. I would just emphasize tree. So again, this is a slide. What you can do is you can use the pen tool, and you can circle tree and say tree. Have the student repeat tree. And then you point to the word tree. Have the student say tree. Okay. And then you model the sentence structure. Okay. Say, it's a tree. Have the student repeat, it's a tree. Good. Then say, it's a tree. Have them say. You want them to say all the words. So if they say it's tree, you want to correct that and say, good try. Let's try again. And say, it's a tree. Or you can point to your mouth. It's a tree. You want them to say, it's a tree. Okay, now you want them to try on their own. So what you can say is, it's a, what is it? The student will then either circle tree, or they will say, it's a tree. And you say, yay, great job. Okay, if they say it's a tree, that's great. And then tell them, circle the word. Then they would circle tree. And then last time you would have them say, it's a tree. It's a tree. Good job. So that's all I would do for that slide. The next one, this is still small stars. This is slide 2, okay? So this slide also has a picture of a tree, and it has a picture of a tree, and it has like a stream in front of the tree, okay? So it has 3 options. Number 1, where can I write? I'll write it here. Number 1, in front of. Again, excuse my handwriting, but again, you'll have the slide so you can just follow along. 2, behind. And 3, next to. Okay, so you are trying to get the student to select the correct phrase, okay? So, and in your teacher notes, it will tell you the exact answer. It doesn't show the answer on the slides, but it will say like next to, and that's what you want the student to say. Okay, so this is the picture that the slide shows. And you're teaching in front of, behind, and next to. So when I have lessons like this, I like to use like puppets or stuffed animals or whatever you have, props. I like to use props. So if I'm teaching in front of, I say, look, this is my doll. This is my giraffe. And then I'm going to teach in front of. I say, my giraffe, and I bring it in the camera so they can see, I say, my giraffe is in front of my doll. That's in front of, okay? If I'm teaching behind, I show them. I go from here to here, and I say, my giraffe is behind my doll. Okay, so I've shown them in front of, behind, and then next to. So I bring it next to. My giraffe is next to my doll. Okay, so I would model that, and then I would go back to the slide, and I would say, where is the tree? Where is the tree? Again, showing the slide. Where is the tree? You're trying to get them to make a sentence. So you're trying to get them to say, the tree is either in front of the stream, or whatever this is called on the slide, or the tree is behind the stream or river, or the tree is next to the river. Okay, so you want them to use the correct phrase in a sentence. So I would model, get some type of puppet or object or something, show what in front of looks like, behind, and next to. Okay, that's how I would teach that slide. And again, that is on the small star slide number 2. Okay, last one. This is the Trailblazers. These are the older students. So you don't need as much modeling, because at this stage they should understand instructions and English pretty well. Okay, so this slide, Trailblazers, again, if you have the slides, it says Trailblazers at the top, and it says slide 1, page 1. This slide has 2 words, and I'll just use the back. It has what and which. What and which. Okay, and this would be like a conversation section. So they have a blank. They're trying to get the student to fill in the blank. So blank, and I'll just write out the first one. Blank would you like for your birthday? Okay, so this is the sentence. Blank would you like for your birthday? You want to have the student, again, you're showing how you would use the tools of the classroom. What and which. You want them to choose the correct word. So if I was teaching what, I could say something like, and again, you may not even need to model this depending on the level of the student, okay? But if I were just saying, teaching what, I would say, like, what is this? Like, just grab an object to show them how they would use the word in a question. So I would say, like, what is this? What, showing a single thing. What is this? Or if I'm teaching which, I would grab something that's opposite, and I would say, which doll is a boy? Which, showing they have options. They have to make a choice. Which doll is a boy? Okay, something like that to show, like, which means you have options, you have to make a choice, or something like that. So going back to the question, what or which, and then you can, even if they still don't understand, most of the time after you model, they'll get it. Okay, and you can say, circle the word to fill in the blank, and they'll circle it. Okay, or if they don't, you can, what I often do is I put the word, like I type it, I put the word in the blank, each one, and then I read the question or the sentence so they can hear. Sometimes they may not know which word to circle, but if they hear it, they'll be able to pick up on which one does not sound right. Okay, so that's a trick that you can use. So what I would do is I would do the wrong one probably first, and I would say, which would you like for your birthday? Which would you like for your birthday? And then I would erase that and type what. What would you like for your birthday? So I will let them hear it both ways and then tell them circle the word to fill in the blank. Okay? So that is how I would teach that. And then the next slide, this is still for Trailblazers. The next slide says page 2. They want you to create a dialogue. And it just shows 3 different people doing different actions. So it looks like one person is playing tennis, another person is either, I think they're ice skating. So one person is playing tennis, one person is ice skating, and then one person is like setting down a cat or something, it looks like. And they have 2 words, will or might. So how I would teach this is just making it clear by modeling or making a sentence for them to show that will is definite. Like, I will go to school tomorrow or something like that. And then might, I would model it like, oh, you know, maybe. Like, I might go to the store to buy some grapes today, or I might go to the store tomorrow. So might, I would just make it seem like, you know, it's a choice, kind of like that. This is just to create a dialogue, just so that the student can pick up on how to use the words will and might in like a conversation. So for this, I wouldn't use any props. I wouldn't bother like writing out anything. It would just be practicing using the words in sentences or to ask questions. And so that is it. Very simple. When you are in your interview, they are not going to make you go through all the slides, but you do have to be familiar with all of them because they're picking it randomly and you don't know which one they're going to pick. So you want to be prepared. So I hope this video is helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. And if you have not already, but you are interested in applying for Education First, look down in the description box, click the link to apply, and then email me so I can help you through the process. If this was helpful, please like the video and subscribe if you're not already. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.